What's going on, everybody? Bins in the Six back with another video, and here we are again. 2024 March the 25th. Tomorrow's my birthday, turning 25 years old. We had a little issue going on with our turbos. We inspected them, and some of the a couple of the fins right here, the blades on the turbo were unfortunately cracked, so we had to go get a replacement today, and here we are with my dad installing them. As you guys can tell, this is where the two turbos, this is compound turbo setup on the C13 engine. So both turbos get mounted on here. One goes on to this mount and the other one goes on this mount here where the manifold is. My dad is currently putting the new turbo on. He's reinstalling all the hardware and accessories that come with it on. It's a brand new turbo. How are you doing today, Dad?
Freezing here.
Was your first time doing turbos?
No, really. Doing it. Maybe this is the third one I've been doing it.
Third one?
Yeah.
Over how many years?
30 years.
So one every 10 years, roughly.
Pretty much.
Think it's gonna spool faster now?
Oh yeah.
So this is the new Garrett turbo that we got. Very expensive turbo. Unfortunately, something went in and chewed up those fins that you guys can see there. We were thinking it's mainly the cause was the mounting gasket that goes onto the intake got cut up and unfortunately went in there and cut up those fins. So make sure whoever is, when you get a chance to inspect your turbos, to make sure that the fins are in good working condition. There's my dad installing it, quite heavy, probably weighs at least 60 pounds or more.
They're pretty heavy, son. I think that's the way here, right?
Last video you guys saw us picking up, well, you saw us picking up these two 120-yard bin, and we got our flatbed here. A few days ago it actually snowed, but now it's much nicer. This week is gonna start clearing up in terms of the weather. We got our 40 yards here, and we have our dump box here as well. We have a an air system, so that we can open up the tailgate that is connecting to the truck. So we have all that set up in order so that we can use this as a dump style box. So we're going to be installing the low pressure turbo first, and then we'll move on to the high pressure side. My dad's cleaning up the bolts. So Dad, what do you think overall this engine so far? What engines did you have before?
I have a bunch of engines, all becoming 3. They call old-fashioned ones. Simple, basics. This is a good engine.
You had a 3406E?
3406E C15 single turbo. We have a twin turbo. We had a bunch of cat. This is the first C13 we have. Don't know much about it. But
Detroit?
Detroit, I have a new one, yeah. But we sold it.
This is a C13.
This is C13.
Pre-emissions, KCB prefix on an International Paystar. One of the, my dad says it's a heavy duty or light duty truck.
Heavy.
What are you putting on? Anti-seize. So that makes sure next time we take them out again?
Not really. It's gonna be gone by them. But you know why? Because the heart. Gosh, it takes too much now. We like to work smart. Once. Be done. What you can do, no? It's gotta be done, it's got to be done.
We're installing the mounting bolts for the low pressure turbo. Pretty much this video is a little tutorial and a little bit what's going on with our truck, but a mini tutorial you can say on how to install turbos on your C13. Could be similar to a C15 with twin turbos. but every truck setup is a little bit different, but same idea most of the time. Pretty much want to make sure that your turbo's seated properly before you start torquing things down so that you don't cross-thread anything. The pipe at the very back there, you want to make sure that it's seated properly to the flange of the turbo so that the bolts can go in more easier. Here we are preparing to put the second turbo on. We torqued down these bolts. Just did it by hand as much as we could. And we installed right there the clamp on the exhaust side, and we have everything ready to go. This is your return line for the oil, and then we're gonna put back the primary or the high pressure turbo back into position there, and then try to reposition everything back, and then we have to put back the return line for the oil on that, for that turbo right there. Catch you guys in a bit, but here's another oil line, and my dad just making sure that everything's clean before we reinstall everything back as much as possible, of course. Alright guys, so we have the second turbo in now, and my dad is putting on the mounting bolts. We made sure we cleaned everything as much as possible, and we got some parts from Cat earlier today to make sure that we have everything needed. Some gaskets, 2 more gaskets, some bolts, some seals, and some bolts that we bought. We have some of the clamps here and a bunch of tools that we need in order to complete this job. Some bolts can be a little bit tricky, as you guys can see. You have to get into different angles and positions in order to actually see them, as my dad is there. Just picking up a box, getting it ready for tomorrow since it's going out to a customer early in the morning. I gotta go drop it off. Gotta be at the house around 7:30, 8 a.m. So just getting everything ready and set up. My dad's over there still installing the turbo. Gonna go back there and see the progress on that. All right, everybody, we're packing things up. Gonna be back tomorrow. It's getting a little bit dark, but we're gonna have to remove this turbo again just to change one of the studs. It's not turning properly. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can finish this tomorrow and get that truck started. Going on, everybody? The next morning we're about to go drop off this 5-yard bin in Oshawa, about half an hour drive from where we are. We finally made it to the yard, and we're gonna be finishing, hopefully doing the turbo today. The installation, we're gonna get a bit of rain in the evening, so hopefully we finish that before the rain hits, because you know the weather down here is always all over the place. There you guys have it. We dropped off the 5-yard for dirt. We're here in Oshawa, about 30 minutes away from our yard. And now we're gonna go head out to pick up another dumpster that's ready for pickup with garbage. There you guys have it. We picked up the 14-yard bin. This bin over here, I bought it used because at that time COVID happened and the bins prices were very expensive, and so I opted to go out with a used bin. This bin actually came with a tarp already on it. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not too good when there's a lot of you know, loose items and stuff that is very light on the top. So we gotta just take it carefully so that nothing flies out when we're driving. But this bin is obviously red, and my bins are either orange and black, and you guys can kind of see there this advertising is still on. But this year I'll be painting that, and I'll be showing you guys when I paint most of my bins I want to match everything so that it looks more organized to the color of my company. But right now we're heading towards to the dump. We're going to GFL to dump all this garbage, the transfer station that I typically go to since it's close by to the yard. So I'll see you guys when I show up there. We stopped for a little break with my dad. What do you get, Dad? 60.
From the 60s. The best. The best generation. 60s. Amazing. The man went to the moon. 69. So many.
You saw it? You saw it?
I saw it. I was 13 years old when Neil Armstrong landing on the moon. At that morning, white and black and white TV, back home.
Got a Tim Hortons sandwich
For your birthday,
for my birthday,
you got
and I got a steep tea.
you got a good roast beef.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah.
And a bun.
So I finally made it back to the yard and we were putting on the turbo, and unfortunately the turbo that was given to us yesterday was slightly different than the one that we took off. So unfortunately we're gonna have to go return it, and we're on our way there now. But I'm gonna end the video here because or else it's gonna be the never-ending turbo installation video slash picking up bins slash many things that goes on in the day in a life with bins in the six. So we'll continue the installation of the turbo in the next video, but I want to thank everybody who has hit the subscribe button. If you have not hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. Like, share with this video, and if you guys need any services, disposal services, demolition, excavation, aggregates, and topsoil delivery all across the GTA, you know who to call. Bins in the Six. Our link and our contact information to our website is also down below. It's linked down below. I want to thank everybody once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.